Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Life After Lockup Season 6 Episode 17. It's titled Playing with Fire. Let's run through this really quickly. I didn't split it up this time. It's one video. Let's go. Start with JK and Brooke. JK is feeling himself. He has new teeth. They look good. He said life is great and everything is good with Brooke. So they had a little date. I guess they went to a little park or something. But on the date, all Brooke could talk about was Alex. She said Alex is all up in JK's family. She said JK's father is always talking to Alex and Alex is posting on his social media. Brooke is obsessed with Alex. She wants JK to tell his father not to speak to Alex anymore. But JK can't tell his grown father who to speak to and who not to speak to. JK told her he will try to talk to his father, but he can't promise her anything. So JK pulled out a ring box and me and Brooke thought he was about to propose. But it was only it wasn't a ring, it was only a lock. And so I guess they locked down their relationship and they're now solid. So they put the lock on a gate and then JK threw away the key. Brooke is not impressed and neither am I. That's some bull. Take the lock back to Lowe's, JK. We don't need that. Next, we see Brooke delivering food. She's annoyed because she can't get a hold of JK. She's also annoyed that JK spent money on teeth instead of helping her with her kids. So she goes to her mother's house to bitch about JK. She told her mother about the lock and about JK's father talking with Alex. So next we see JK, he goes to see his father to let him know how Brooke feels about him being close to Alex. The father said, I don't know Brooke, but I do know Alex. The father said, Brooke don't talk to him. He said he met Brooke one time when JK was 13 years old. He said him and Alex will talk for 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours? That's crazy to me. There is nobody I talk to for that long. 3 to 4 hours. What is there to talk about for 3 to 4 hours? JK asked him if he liked Brooke. The father said he doesn't know. That means no. It's hard to like Brooke though. She's so disrespectful. The father said Alex was going to see JK in prison for a full year and all of a sudden Brooke pops up. The father asked JK if he talked to Alex. He said, we talk. The father asked him if he wants to be with Alex. JK said, no, hell no. Then the father told him that Alex tells me everything. He said, well, they talk for 3 to 4 hours. Of course she's going to tell you everything because, y'all talking for 3 to 4 hours. That's a long time to be talking. JK asked him, what did she tell you? The father said, did you know she's pregnant? JK said, say what? The father said, she's pregnant. So in the meantime, we go back over to Brooke. Brooke is telling her mother that she is going to have a conversation with JK about moving in with her and her son. The mother said something is wrong if he would rather sleep on his mother's floor instead of sleeping with you. Brooke said she and JK's sex life is non-existent, and that is why she thinks or she believes that he has been with Alex. Back to JK. JK said to his father, Alex told you she's pregnant? The father said, I saw her. She is pregnant. And I thought she looked kind of chunky. When she met up with Brooke and they were fighting, I thought Alex had blown up. I was like, darn, because she wasn't that big the last time we saw her. So JK said, really? Because the father said, I saw her and she is pregnant. JK said, really? JK said in his confessional, if Brooke found out Alex is pregnant, she will think it's his and everything will be all over with. JK asked his father if Alex told him who the daddy was. The father said he does not know who the daddy is. In his confessional, the producer said to JK, "Is there something you want you're not telling us?" JK finally said it. He said, "Yes, I have had sex with Alex." JK said he's going to confront Alex and ask her if the baby is his. He know that baby is his. He needs to just cut it out. Everybody knows that baby is his. I know it. He knows it. The father knows it. The producer knows. Everybody knows that the baby is yours, JK. So shut up and stop it. Next up, we have Kiana, Mondrick, and Joella. Joella goes to see her grandmother. She said her grandmother raised her. She told her grandmother what happened at the baby birthday party. Everybody is telling her she should have allowed Kiana to come to the birthday party. I'm on Joella's side. I would not have wanted Kiana at my child's birthday party. Absolutely not. Joella said life was easier when Demondrick was in jail. Her grandmother told her that Demondrick wants to play with her, but he wants to be with Kiana. Her grandmother straight up told her to move on. Next, Kiana said she doesn't feel like Demondrick has her back. And I think he has her back. He tried to pay $600 to get the charges dropped. What else? What more does she want? Kiana said she doesn't trust anybody. So they go over to Demondrick's, Kiana and Demondrick, they go over to Demondrick's father's house. He's having a cookout. He's always having a cookout. And Kiana sat down with the stepmother. Kiana told the stepmother about the car vandalism. That stepmother hates Joella. She said Joella has a Flintstone car and she's delusional. At least Joella has a car. She has a place to live. She has her own business. The criminal that the stepmother helped raise has none of that. I think the stepmother is jealous of Joella because Joella is young, she's pretty, she's slim, she's going to school, she's running her own business. I think the stepmother is jealous of Joella. Joella's only downfall is being in love with a deadbeat dad who's a criminal. That's her only downfall. Why does the stepmother hate Joella so much? What has Joella done to this stepmother? Joella's grandmother gave her some good advice. But it's hard to leave somebody when you love them or you think you love them. And plus, she has kids with this man. They're going to be in each other's lives forever. Demondrick's father told Demondrick that if he plays with fire, he's going to get burned. This father is something else. He's just talking out the side of his neck. He told his father that he wasn't sleeping with Joella, but Joella had said right before the birthday party, they did sleep together. So next we see Kiana and Demondrick's father. They're driving. He asked her if she messed with Joella's car. Kiana said no. She looks so guilty when she says no. He took her to see a lawyer. The lawyer pulled up the charges and read them to Kiana. He told her this is a misdemeanor, and if found guilty, she will go to the county jail. She won't go to prison. Kiana said this is word of mouth. She said Joella has no proof. The lawyer told her she fled the scene and could not be located during the time of the vandalism. Then he told her she has an active warrant for her arrest right now. He told her if she leave and get a traffic violation, she will be arrested on the spot. In her confessional, the producer asked her how she feels that she can be arrested at any moment. Kiana got up and walked off. She said, "This is ridiculous. This is my life." So Kiana wants to know how did she go from being accused to having a warrant. She said there's a gap in between. She wants to know who has proof that she did anything. The lawyer told her to go do a book and release. He told her she would turn herself in and they would process her and then they would release her on the spot because they would post bond at the same time. Kiana said she said she didn't do anything, so she wouldn't take that route because it would be on her record. The lawyer suggests that he get an investigator and go talk with Joella, get the investigator to go talk to Joella, and maybe Joella will change her mind and drop the charges. So then Joella and her 3 kids, they go to Kiana's house to see Demondrick. Joella told Demondrick that she has to talk to him. Back to Kiana. Kiana is now in the car with Demondrick's father, and she told him that there is a warrant out for her arrest. And I don't know what Demondrick's father, Jerry, was talking about. He said being with someone is never smooth sailing. He said, so he's saying couples in a relationship are always going through drama. Is that what he's saying? Jerry said if everything is smooth sailing, then you're not living well. What? What is he talking about? So you're only living well if you're going through drama? Is that what he's saying? So back to Demondrick. Demondrick is in Kiana's backyard with his sons playing football, but Joella wants to talk about the charges. She has footage of Demondrick leaving her house and then turning back around and coming back to her house on the night that that her tires were slashed. And Demondrick said it wasn't him that did it. He said if he did it, he would have blown the car up. I'm tired of these three. I'm tired of Demondrick, Joella, and Kiana. I think Kiana did it because Demondrick was at Joella's house at 1 in the morning. The footage showed that he was there at 1:30 in the morning. And if he's not with Kiana and he lives with Kiana at 1:30 in the morning, then where the hell is he? So I think that he was at Joella's house at 1 in the morning, and Kiana was pissed, so she went over to Joella's house and slashed her tires. That's what I think happened. Next up, Bianca and Danielle. Bianca is at the apartment packing up Daniel's stuff. I guess she's moving him into the next room. Daniel's at the pool hall with his friend, and they're bitching about Bianca. He told his friend that him and Bianca broke up and are in separate bedrooms, and they are now just roommates. Even the friend is dumping on Bianca. He said Bianca is too young and immature to be in a relationship. Well, Daniel is a user. He's using Bianca for a place to stay. He is. He's using her. Last episode, he said he's a felon and he nobody will rent to him because he's a felon. So he's using her. Plus, he can't afford his own place. So he's using Bianca. Why are all these women so delusional? Bianca said she loved Daniel and he'll come back to her. Daniel doesn't like anything about her. And she doesn't even realize it. Daniel said he is talking to girls online and he's going to continue to talk to girls online. Daniel said he's young, single, and free. Next, Bianca met up with Daniel at a restaurant to talk. She straight up asked him what went wrong. She said, why did you lead me on? He told her now that he has lived with her and gotten to know her, he does not want to marry her. Wow, that was harsh. She said, why? He just told you he got to know you and he doesn't like what he sees, so he doesn't want you anymore. She said, why? He basically told her she was dull and has no passion for life. She told him he didn't know her before. He said, well, then you changed for the worse. He's just insulting her and she's just sitting there taking it. He told her the attraction is gone. He is saying one thing and she's saying something else. It's like she's not listening to what he's saying. If somebody said all those nasty things to me, I'd be out of there. She told him not to blame her for his smoking and for him smoking weed and drinking. He called her an airhead and called her a bitch. She told him he was gaslighting. He said, I don't even know what that is, and I don't even effing care. He told her she is not it. Then he told her exactly what I said. He said he used her for a place to stay. He told her he asked her to move to Arizona so that he would have a place to stay because he did not want to go to a halfway house. That's exactly what I said. He's using her. She said, are you serious? He said, yes. She said, I can't tell if you're being serious. He said all these nasty things to you and you can't tell if he's being serious. Then he winked at her. That was the end of them. Next up, we have Will and Courtney. Will packed his bags to leave. He's in the hotel and he's packing his bag to leave Portland to go back to California. He was waiting on Courtney to come sign the papers, give him the signed papers, but she never came. So he's walking out of the hotel room. When he walks out of the room, she's there outside waiting on him. So they automatically start to argue. He snatched the divorce papers from her. She had signed them, but she had smeared the ring in mud and folded the ring with the divorce papers. So next we saw they're in the confessional insulting each other, and then they're outside again at the hotel arguing. He told her to go sleep with whoever and she doesn't have to sneak around anymore. She told him he is a piece of shit husband. She called him a loser. He told her to have a good life. She called him a certified bitch. He called her a skank. He drove off and gave her the finger. But the producers, they like to beat a dead horse because they're in confessional again. And the producer wants to know, what did they say to each other that was hurtful? Courtney said that she's not going to say tit for tit what they said. And then Will was agreeing with her. He said it's an exercise in futility to talk about it. He's saying it doesn't make sense to talk about it. And Courtney didn't understand when he said the word exercise. She thought he wanted to help work it out, do an exercise to help work out their problems. So she was a bit confused, and he was trying to tell her, I'm agreeing with you. All I'm doing is agreeing with you. Then Will said, seeing Courtney pull up with someone when they came to the confessional was devastating for him, and he can't even look at her. The producer asked Courtney who dropped her off. Courtney said it was just a friend. Well, Will basically called her a liar, and Courtney laughed out loud. I'm sick of these two. I hope they don't come back. Last but not least, we have Zaria and Troy. Zaria had a friend come to visit her for the weekend. Her name is Sahara. Sahara claimed that she's known Zaria for 14 years. So they are discussing Troy and his baby mama. Zaria told her friend that Troy went to Buffalo to find his brother, but now he wants to have a conversation with his baby mama. But last episode, we saw when she told him to squash stuff with the baby mama so that he'll be able to see his daughter. And now she's bitching to her friend that all he wants to do is talk to his baby mama. You told him to go talk to his baby mama. I think Zaria enjoys bitching. Then we saw Troy on the phone with his baby mama. He's asking her to allow him to spend time with his daughter. The baby mama said she doesn't know. And if she's going to allow, she doesn't know if she's going to allow him to spend time with his daughter. And I don't blame her for being skeptical with him, because Troy left his daughter at a train station. Did we forget about that? He left his daughter at a train station. That was a low-down, dirty thing to do. So Zaria and her friend, they go wedding shopping with Zaria's mother. Zaria has a very nice figure, so she looked good in all the wedding dresses she tried on. She said she wants a real wedding because when her and Troy got married, it was a jailhouse wedding. Zaria's mother told Zaria's friend that it's good that Zaria didn't go to Buffalo with Troy, because when things go wrong, Zaria gets blamed. Excuse me, mother. Zaria was the one that told Troy not to go pick up his daughter from the train station, and then she kicked him out of her car. What do you mean she always get blamed for shit? She get blamed for shit because she's the reason shit happens. You know? Did her mother not see that episode? So back to Troy. Troy wants to spend time with his daughter, but he's constantly smoking dope. He was talking to his daughter on the phone, and he's telling his daughter how hard he's trying to see her. And then the baby mama hung up on him, and I don't blame her. Because Troy wants to blame other people for him not seeing his daughter. No, blame you, Troy. You and that Zaria. Okay? Troy wanted his daughter to spend the night with him, and then he would take her to school the next day. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think he can handle that. He smokes too much dope, for one thing. And can he make sure his daughter gets dinner that night? Can he make sure she goes to bed on time to wake up in time to go to school? Can he make sure she gets a bath? Can he make sure she brush her teeth? Can he make sure she have a good breakfast? Can he make sure she pack a lunch for school? I mean, can he make sure she have everything that she needs for school? Can he do her hair? He just thinking, oh, I'll just take her tonight and I'll take her to school the next morning. It's a lot of things in between that, Troy. You don't just take her for the night and then take her to school the next day. I don't think he can handle that. He couldn't even handle picking her up from the train station. He's trying to make the baby mother look like she's the bad guy. But Troy, you're the bad guy. You're always constantly smoking dope, and you're trying to blame people for your mistakes. So the next morning, Troy called Yana, that's the baby mama's name, called her, and he's crying and he's apologizing to her. She accepted his apology, and he invited her and his daughter to his father's memorial. Then he called Zaria and asked her to come to Buffalo to come to his father's memorial, and he had to practically beg Zaria to come. She finally said yes. The producer asked him, how will Zaria act when she sees that Yana is at the memorial? Troy said exactly what I said. He said Zaria is the one that told him to make peace with Yana so that he could see his daughter, and she did. Zaria said she has something to tell Troy. She's packing her stuff, and she's, trying to hurry up so she can get to Buffalo to go tell Troy something. And I bet she's going to tell him that she's pregnant, because I think I heard through the grapevine that she was pregnant. So that was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.